Be careful. Go slow on bridges and watch for these vents. They look hot. Not fun.
Yeah, and now that he points them out, you can see them. You can see these holes in the rock where there's nothing except for maybe a little steam, and then all of a sudden, lava just kind of jets out. Yes,
Rynn calls back when he says that the vents seem hot. I'm like, hot lava. What a concept.
Shut up and keep going.
Without further ado, we are going to get things kicked off and underway so we can start our very first episode of Southern Expanse.
Yay!
Yeah, how excited.
It's about time.
Hear the drums. The Southern Expanse is where the devil comes. Crimson sails on the morning tide. We sail for glory, let the gods decide. There's a whisper deep where the wreckage sleeps, of a vanishing isle and secrets it keeps. Coin, a siren's kiss, a deal struck under the moon's abyss. Raise the sails, hear the drums. The Southern Expanse is where the devil comes. Crimson sails on the morning tide. We sail for glory, let the gods decide. Drink to the drowned and the captain's lost, to the compass spun and the fates we toss. For freedom's bought with blood and flame, and every ship sails toward its name. Raise the sails, hear the drums. The Southern Expanse is where the devil comes. Crimson sails on the morning tide. We sail for glory, let the gods decide.
And let's bring back the cast of characters. Let's start off with Jorrack, and let's bring in Rynn, and let's bring in Daksha, and let's bring in Kian at the bottom. So at this point, before we get started in the actual game, I'm going to let every player introduce their characters. Who they are playing, what their ancestry is, and what their character class is. And everybody is level 1, just so we are all aware. And I'm just making sure that we have good volume. I may have to adjust volumes for people as we go, just in case. I think everybody's good, or should be good. But yeah. So below me, we've got. I better be careful how quickly I say that. It did not come out very well. Below me is Jorrack.
Oh gosh, I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, I think some people out there in YouTube land probably picked that up. Yeah.
Yeah, Jorrack, he is my Coralback pit fighter. Just a little standoffish, grumpy, just ready for some action.
Awesome. And below Jorrack is Rynn.
Hi, I'm Rynn. I'm a
Hi.
artist Taishan dancer. with a few screws loose.
I wouldn't turn it down.
That's
I'm in the middle of a live
That's a
stream.
good way of saying it. Yes. And
No, that's
then we have
fine.
Explain
Daksha.
what the TARDIS is.
I'm
Oh, if
Daksha,
you haven't bought it,
play-
then don't
playing
buy
a
anything extra for me.
Tusker, which looks like an elephant.
Yeah, I
type
got soup here.
folk.
I thought you had it. Yeah, I thought
and
you had
I-
ordered an extra one.
I was asking
Set,
if you
hold
wanted
on,
to get
correct, I'm
yourself.
pulling up
No,
the
no, no.
sheet now to
Save
kinda
your
switch
money.
it
I'll
around.
be fine. Thank you, though.
Excellent.
Next time.
And Kian.
Hi, yes, Jen here, playing Kian, Reshar. And Kian is, for species, a serpent tail, so it's a type of sea folk. So you kind of think more sea serpent, kind of lizardy, kind of serpentine. And she is class of called a covenant. She has raised in a mangrove swamp and committed herself to a patron of sorts.
Yes. And for those, again, that are kind of going, what are all these strange things that we're hearing about?
We're in the
These are
Discord.
all ancestries that are not to be confused, even though they may sound similar in some ways to existing Wizards of the Coast. Ancestries, they are different. And in many cases, quite different. The coralback is similar, but not the same as a turtle. We've got the pardus, which is like an old school catfolk, but different. The tusker, I can't remember what the wizards called them.
Lockstock.
Loxodons. And then Kian is a serpent tail, which is like a lizard folk. So that is what they are. And
With
then
the
their classes.
sea serpent flair.
Yeah, there are many folk. There are over 60 playable ancestries in Foreverland, so that's something to keep in mind. So, without further ado, you guys have spent the past month basically fending for yourselves in the small port village of Rosendeep. It is definitely a pirate's haven. You've pretty much gotten by. Rosendeep never truly sleeps. The tang of salt and tar mixes with the sour reek of last night's rum. Fishmongers shout over the din at the blooded quay, selling illicit catches under the watchful eyes of black vulture enforcers. The creak of damp rope, the clang of hammers on hull plates, the rattle of dice spilling across an overturned crate, all bleed together in a humid morning air. For the last month, you have scraped by here, bargaining for work, trading favors, keeping blades close. You've seen tempers flare into brawls. You've heard whispers offers of smuggling jobs, and watched crews fight for a berth on any ship worth its salt. But today, there's a strange tension in the air. Dock hands are glancing out to sea more than at their work. What is Jorrack doing at this moment?
Well, he's probably hanging mostly with Rynn when Rynn's out and about doing some mischief. For the most part, he's a little grumpy, a little standoffish. He is standing by the docks, just outside the tavern, just watching the waves right now, just losing himself in the environment, watching the ships coming and going.
Okay, so you're kind of looking more out to sea and watching
Yeah.
the waves and whatnot as you're going. Okay. With that, you said you're with Rynn. Rynn, what are you doing? Jorrack's off to the side, sorry.
Rynn is basically kind of flitting from perch to perch on the docks, a little bit bored and taunting some of the sailors and deckhands, just enough to annoy them, but not enough to flare them up to the point that they want to start something.
Okay. Daksha, what would Daksha be doing during all this bustle?
Well, depending on the time of the day,
Good morning.
working at the docks where they're repairing ships and things like that. Or if it's during the time that she has spare time, she'd probably be under one of the trees near where like the children and some of the other individuals kind of hang out. She likes to carve wood, little like birds or other figurines, and tell stories. So that's probably where she's at.
All right, so you're just off the main docks, so you can kind of see the bustle of activity, but you're in a quiet spot where you're doing your thing. But you can still keep you spot Rynn once in a while, and the grumpy Jorrack is kind of speaking to himself as well. Kian, what is Kian?
Just in case there's trouble, so that makes sense.
What is Kian doing?
Well, Kian has just wandered out to the docks area and is looking around and finds a post to kind of lean up against and survey the activity at the docks and the ships coming in and out and loading. And she probably spotted a Daksha on the way out the docks under the tree. And
yeah, you see her off sitting where she often sits, doing her carvings, and you spot. Well, it's easy to spot Rynn because Rynn is intentionally trying to be the center of the attention to many, and then you do see kind of Jorrack keeping watchful eye. A ripple
just
of
lean
voices.
against the host and cross their arms and just kind of get a neutral expression. And if any of the little wharf rats or kids are running around and can get too near her, she'll give a little hissing growl, scare them.
Yeah, you do find that on the main part of the docks, especially in this area, not a lot of the younger kids. They're kind of off to the edge and more going out to where there's like the beachy area and some grassy area where Daksha's sitting under a palm tree, doing her thing. So you guys hear a ripple of voices, and it passes through Gallows Row, which gets its name appropriately. Heads turn towards the sea. Over the horizon, blood-red sails catch the gold dawn. The Scarlet Reaver, obsidian-hulled, brass fittings gleaming, rigging taut against the wind, glides towards port. Her decks are scorched, her sails torn, but her presence radiates power and menace. This is the bloodied edge of the seas, feared from Rosendeep to the Ebon Trench. Dockhands shout, runners dart down the piers, crates slam onto planks. You catch snippets of conversation. One sailor muttering about fire cult warships, another claiming that the Reaver sailed through storms that should have sunk her. Some crew on the dock trade wary glances, while others smile as if seeing an old friend. So those of you on the docks, what are you doing at this point?
Kian would make sure she catches Daksha's attention and points out the incoming Scarlet Reaver.
So you make a perception check, actually, Daksha.
All right. Yeah, right. Let's see here. A 9.
Okay. So you're kind of, Kian, you're just kind of doing one of these. You're not sure whether, she spotted or not. But Rynn, are you doing anything in particular?
Rynn becomes strangely and uncharacteristically serious and gets to where she believes the Reaver is going to throw the rope, and kind of leans up against one of the posts on the pier.
Okay. And Jorrack, you have noticed the ship. You've noticed where everybody's looking.
Jorrack is actually going to turn to Kian. I'm saying that name correctly. And he's going to pull out a dagger and start walking towards Kian.
Wait, what?
And as he gets to
remember.
Kian, he holds out the dagger. It's like, made this for you. And it's a silver
Aw.
dagger from the trip we had together with Yumi and Rynn.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, hey. Kian would accept the dagger and, well, thank you. Thank you.
Don't kill anyone with it.
Yeah.
And he'll walk back to the dock.
The ship gets closer and closer and closer to port, and as it's starting to come up alongside the docks, a lot of the dock workers and dock hands are getting tossed ropes and tying off to moorings as the ship is coming in. And above the chaos, the sharp, commanding voice of Quartermaster Garrick the Raven cuts through, calling your names as everything is tied off. The Vulpus beast folk, his eyes are keen, his voice like a gull's cry on the wind. The gangway thuds into place, and Captain Darius Redblade Vayne appears at the rail. Tall, coat unbuttoned, storm gray eyes fixed on you. We lost good hands between here and Kelpwood, he says, his voice is carrying over the water. You're up. Full shares. First run starts now. Garrick watches you closely. Quill in one hand, a manifest scroll in the other, already perhaps deciding on what he thinks of you. At this point, Daksha, you have noticed the Scarlet Reaver pull into port, and you heard that voice echoing out and calling of Jorrack, Rynn, Daksha, Kian. So your names were called.
All right. Then she would definitely respond and come over to the area.
Okay, so
always is always one of the she's always on time. She tries to be on time and everything, but she always is like the last person to line up, just because she's always kind of like watching her surroundings and stuff and kind of observing.
That pretty much answers the next question I had, is how you're approaching the ship or approaching boarding. You're being cautious and taking the back at that point. How does Kian approach the ship or approach boarding? With confidence? Is it caution? Is it helping because you see cargo crates being unloaded and loaded? What is Kian doing as this is all going on?
Well, she pushes off her post perch there and does a slow walk over to the ship and looks up and does one little salute and starts up the gangplank.
Okay, so now did you make that salute to the captain or to Garrick?
Yes. Both.
Okay. Both? Okay. Garrick is at the top of the gangplank. Like as I said, he's got that.
Okay,
that
whoever's up there then, yeah.
And, where you see Darius, he is against the rail, but he's a little bit further down the decking of the ship. What about Rynn? Now that you're doing your thing, how are you approaching this?
Rynn basically takes the most convoluted and impractical way of getting over there via ropes and pulleys and hoists and that sort of thing. She basically acrobats herself over to the ship.
Make me an athletics check.
Don't plunk into the sea.
I know, right? Athletics. Where are you? Oh, wow. Never mind.
Acrobatics.
Nat
You're acrobating.
20?
Ooh.
Nice. So you definitely showboat your way over.
Nice for front.
To the point where you're swinging from the last one, you kind of do a flip and you land halfway up the gangplank, and then continue walking aboard. And Garrick the Raven just kind of looks at you a little bit sideways as you go onto the main deck of the ship. Jorrack, what about you?
He'll he'll turn away from the ship, and he'll peek his head in the Stormcaller's Rest. No, not the Stormcaller's Rest. The Rested Harpoon. Sorry.
Yep.
Since they're right there, and he'll kind of call into the tavern keeper. It's like, my ride's here. I gotta go. And then he kind of waves farewell to the barkeep before just nonchalantly walking towards the ship.
Okay. And you board the ship. As this is all going on, the dock trembles under the weight of the cargo that was unloaded from the Reaver.
Oh.
Rope coils slap the planks, gulls wheel overhead, and the faint scent of gunpowder drifts from her open hatches. Garrick's sharp eyes track your every move as you step onto the gangway, and Captain Vayne gives a small, approving nod before turning towards the quarterdeck. The noise of Rosendeep fades behind you, and the deck of the Scarlet Reaver awaits. You guys are kind of on the deck of the Reaver. Garrick leads you up across the main deck, past polished harpoon launchers, tightly coiled rigging, and the faint hum of an arcane wind sail. You remember that hum from when you were aboard the ship before. The Tainted Heart didn't have arcane sails, but you guys do. This ship is a little bit different. And he takes you down into the crew quarters, where the air is a little bit thick. It smells of salt and sweat, and it has many watchful eyes of crew about. Veteran sailors pause mid-conversation, sizing you up in silence. As you're being led downstairs, are you guys saying anything, doing anything particular?
Well, with you were mentioning how the there was like I've already lost the exact description, but how there was like wear and tear on the ship. Is that something that was like that beforehand, or is this new wear and tear?
No, it was not like that when you guys were dropped off a month ago.
Okay.
It's taken some serious damage here and there. It looks like it's been repaired to the best of some people's abilities, but it's definitely not. It looks like it's seen better days, for certain.
And I'm sorry, who did you say took us down into the crew quarters?
Garrick.
The Garrick.
Quartermaster.
Okay.
Yeah.
If there is a point where it seems like a good time to ask, Kian might. Well, was your trip profitable?
We'll have to see. That's all he says to you.
How did you lose so many deckhands?
The sea is a dangerous place. Thought you guys would know that by now, considering you're
Certainly do. I just
last
was
survivors of
asking.
another ship.
Storm versus a fight.
Yes.
Okay.
He's not really giving you specifics at this point. As you're led down, though, the smell of brine and, as I mentioned, sweat and even tar, where they've used it to probably seal leaks in the lower part of the ship. The smell thickens as you descend the companionway into the actual crew quarters themselves. Hammocks sway gently with the motion of the tide. Some are occupied by resting sailors who glance up as you pass. The space is dim. It's lit by a few lanterns hung from low beams, pretty well secured, but because they are going back and forth. And the scrape of whetstones and the creak of rope under tensions fill the air. Every pair of eyes seems to be weighing you, measuring your worth, or deciding if you'll last the voyage. Conversations fade into silence, replaced by a palpable tension that hangs between the hammocks. Yes, Rynn.
As we're going, Rynn is greeting everybody that she comes close to in a very cocky and obnoxious way,
Okay.
letting them know that she's absolutely chill. Like she has absolutely no, hesitation or fear in her body whatsoever.
Okay. With that, let's do an intimidation check because you're trying to. You know what? I'm here, and don't mess with me. FAFO, right?
Yep. 18, 19, 20.
20. Okay. All right. So you go down the 3/4. Yes, Daksha.
So the reason I was asking about the damage on the ship, I think she would be, as she's walking and stuff, kind of assessing what she can see as she's walking. And as soon as she is brought to where she's supposed to sleep, she would make sure everything's secure and situated in that area, and then turn to him and say, "If work right away and see if we can do to help with the ship."
Okay. So you're offering immediate assistance.
Yes.
Okay.
Because they're looking at if I'm worthwhile, and I'm going to show them I'm worthwhile.
We will. He nods approvingly, but his response is we'll get to that.
Of course, at your own leisure.
But you make an insight check.
All right. Come on, dice, be better this time. No, it does not want to be better for me today. Okay, and that was insight.
Yep.
Yeah, that's only a 10.
10. Yeah.
Dice.
Yeah. You think he's approving?
Okay.
You just way it goes. From the far side of the mess, on the other side of it, like across the crew quarters, you see the mess. A massive figure, broad shoulders, brushing the beams, even in a hunch. Vargas Iron Fist, the fell-handed giant folk, the bosun of the Scarlet Reaver, crosses his arms and studies you. And it's obvious that he is studying you. With a face like weathered stone. About time we got replacements, he rumbles. The ship doesn't mend itself. A
Do we
goblin.
look like repairmen?
What's that?
She says, do we look like repairmen?
You get a kind of a little bit of a snarl, at least a goblin deckhand tosses a rope coil, Rynn, at your feet with a smirk, while another sailor spits over his shoulder, muttering something about the last batch didn't last long. What are you guys doing?
Well,
the coil of rope, can I respond to it?
Yep.
I'm going to attempt an acrobatics. And when he throws the coil rope, I'm going to catch it with my foot and toss it up to my hand and sling it over my shoulder.
Okay. Make an acrobatics check.
$14?
Yep. You manage to do just that, and it ends up over your shoulder.
And I turn with a smug look on my face. Thanks.
Jorrack, what are you? How are you responding to all of this?
Well, he's with Rynn, but he doesn't have to worry about Rynn because Rynn can take care of herself. But anyone who kind of looks at them, he kind of looks back at them, almost like a what,
Okay.
And he's mostly just a presence. He's not like engaging too much in conversation. Just while being sized, he's sizing up everyone else as well.
Roll me an intimidation.
Oh, you'd be amazed. That's one thing he's not good at.
I know, it's cute.
That's a 5.
Yeah, they. I mean, they don't really look overly impressed.
He doesn't care. He's
Yeah.
not doing it to intimidate people. He's just there making his own
It
presence.
actually seemed to you. It actually seems like they're more annoyed
Gotcha.
than anything else. Daksha, are you doing anything other than kind of standing beside Garrick,
Again, she's ready for helping.
ready for work?
When the bosun came in and said, "Hey, it's about time we had people to help fix up the ship," and she again was right there, like ready whenever you are, but would like me to work.
Okay, and Kian.
Kind of staying pretty nonchalant. Doesn't necessarily look intimidating, just kind of taking everything in and just looking like it's just another day. She might mention that I'm pretty good at fixing nets, weaving rope.
Okay. With that, Daksha, Garrick places a hand on your shoulder. You know what to do.
Yes, sir.
And he leaves you to that. He looks at Rynn and Kian. You two put that rope to good use then, because there's some netting up on deck that needs fixing.
Aye, aye, Captain Person, sir.
I'm not the captain.
Kind of smirks at Rynn and nods at
He
the
doesn't look like, even Rynn doesn't even need an insight on this. He doesn't look really impressed.
giant Vulcan. Heads that way.
So
With the rope.
he leaves you guys to go and do that work.
Yes.
Jorrack.
Right.
What?
Just kind of looking at you. I think there's some crates still up on deck that might need to be taken down to the dock before we deal with the rest at this point. You look like you've got some muscle to you.
Maybe. I'll get at it.
Okay.
She's
for
as
the next-
wide as he is tall.
For the next probably an hour or so, or probably a couple hours, Rynn and Kian are working with rope. Kian basically repairing some of the netting, and Rynn kind of tying down extra parts of the sails that had been tattered and torn. And Jorrack, you are loading and unloading a few things from the docks. And of course, Daksha, you are being put to use repairing parts of the hull, using the tar, using some cutting tools and whatnot. I mean, you've done this kind of work before on the Tainted Heart, so you kind of know what you're doing.
Yep, and I was doing that all through being at the island as well. So she's got her ways about it. You know, she knows what she's doing.
You guys are, as I said, a couple hours go by and you're doing this, and pretty much now the netting is repaired. The ship has been loaded already with everything it seems to be there, and all the stuff that was put on the docks has been moved away already. And Daksha, you think you and some of the other crewmates have found all possible leaks and made sure that was dealt with. So you are once again standing on the deck of the ship up top. And a scarred gnoll, a deckhand, he steps forward. He's kind of his hair, his fur raised up. Looks a little wild. The name's Boroteth, he growls. And you are standing where my cousin used to sleep. And he's looking at you, Jorrack. and you're basically standing where there's a couple of barrels placed against one of the mast, and it looks like someone probably could curl into a ball there if they wanted to. But he's just kind of looking at you as he says that, and his eyes flick over you with very thinly veiled hostility. A few sailors actually lean forward at this, eager for some kind of outcome. Even Vargas is watching, but doesn't move to intervene yet.
He'll look over him. It's like, where is he now? He's asking
The
where.
bottom of the seas.
He'll pause, take a look at him, and he'll take a couple steps out of the spot. And he'll actually say, "I'm sorry to hear that."
Okay.
And he'll kind of leave it at that, giving
Roll
him
me a
the
persuasion check.
persuasion. That's a 6.
Okay. The rest of the crew's attention lingers as the tension fades. Vargas gives you a measured nod, Jorrack. Whether in approval or warning, you're not really sure, before returning to his work. Conversations resume, but now with a few more glances cast your way, some curious, some appraising. The Scarlet Reaver groans softly as the tide shifts, and somewhere above, on the aft deck, the back, I believe, you hear Garrick barking orders to prepare for departure. The smell of spice grog and pipe smoke drifts drifts up from the galley. Garrick's voice, however, up top, it now calls for you to join Captain Vayne for your first mission briefing. I just got to scroll ahead.
I answer the call.
Okay, so you're answering the call. Everybody else, I take it, is anybody not answering the call?
Dumb not
That's the
to.
best answer. I'm looking at Rynn.
Yeah,
You said it's been about an hour that passed that we worked on the
Well, it
ship.
was about 2 hours you were doing the work.
I'm a very studious sailor. I know my what I have to do.
Okay.
Of course, I'm going to make my way there after I cause a little bit of trouble.
So you guys at this point are led actually down to the galley. Garrett comes down and leads you to the galley, and the smell of spiced grog and pipe smoke grows stronger as you make your way through the crew quarters to the galley of the ship. The lantern-lit passage is lined with netted cargo, coiled rope, and the occasional creak from the ship's timbers. The murmur of low conversation filters through the door ahead, where shadows shift against the light. Quartermaster Garrick the Raven pushes the door open with the tip of his quill, gesturing you inside. "Captain's waiting," he says, his eyes sharp and assessing. "Mind your tongues and your tempers." How do you guys enter the room? Jorrack.
He'll
Confident,
just
X.
file. Sorry.
Just kind of giving some like confident, respectful, cautious.
He mostly still maintaining a low presence because there's a lot going on. So he'll step in the room, but kind of step off on the side, let the others file in. He's not going to be like up front, like what's going on, but more like he's positioning himself where he can see everything. He's got everyone covered, but he's still attentive. So he's on the side, but he's still ready if anything needs to be done.
Okay. How does Rynn enter the room?
She seems a little bit bewildered, and she's looking at her tongue. as she walks in.
Oh my word! I knew that was coming. Jeez. Sorry, I'm looking for seeing if I can find an image here to bring it up on the screen if I can find it. And it is right here. This guy. And can I bring him onto the screen? Does it work? No, it does not work that way. That sucks. So I have to do this. And this is who you're facing in the galley. So, Daksha, how do you enter the galley?
She enters very confident, but she is very similar to Jorrack in the sense that she will step aside so the others can come in. Well, it's usually last, but she'll step to one side where the two girls are in the middle, basically.
Okay.
And then she is just as attentive on looking at her surroundings, but also making sure she pays attention to the captain.
Okay. And Kian, how are you walking in?
She walks in, finds a clear space to stand, plants both feet in a shoulder width apart, and clasps her hands behind her back together, behind her back,
Okay.
and nods,
The
waiting.
so you kind of walk in, and you're observing the galley. Now, you guys, this ship is bigger than the Tainted Heart. The galley on the Tainted Heart was just that. It was where cooking was done.
Mm-hmm.
This is the mess and the galley. Like, it's all one larger space. And there is the captain's table is there. The galley is alive with the soft sway of lanterns and the scent of salt. And you smell that pipe smoke again. And you also smell a simmering stew, which really smells good. And it smells like mostly seafood, but there's some spices, cayenne that you are familiar with. And Jorrack, they bring back very, very faint memories of your childhood. This smell, this aroma that you're getting. At the far end, Captain Darius Redblade Vayne stands beside a heavy oak table. His coat is unbuttoned, his storm gray gaze locked on a cracked glass orb resting in a brass ring. Inside, a faint ember pulses like a heartbeat, but slow. This, he says, tapping the glass with one scarred finger, is a resonance shard. It's bound to the ashen core, the real prize. Somewhere in the onyx chain, Kelpwood won't trade without it. And without Kelpwood's trade, we lose more than gold. Anybody who wants can make me a history check.
That's a nat 1.
Oh my word!
I'm changing my dice.
Oh my! Yeah, you're just having a moment, my friend. You're having a moment.
Do you need this?
Sure. Nah, I've got a dice jail somewhere.
Get that dice jail out.
I know, right? 14 for Daksha.
11 for me.
14 to Daksha. Kian?
What are we rolling again?
History.
I rolled a 2.
You and Ken.
Okay, so one of you rolled above. Who rolled the 13?
14 for me.
14. I'm just looking at what you discern, or what you remember. You, through your studies in the monastery, well, in 2 different monasteries, you remember stories of something called the Ashen Core as a volatile relic tied to a series of volcanic islands in the southern expanse. It's magically, very magically powerful. It has this inner ember light, which you see like this shard, but this is not it by any means necessary.
No, yeah, that's just like a little teeny spark.
I mean that you've heard about it. That's kind of what you know. It's a very powerful magical relic that is tied to these volcanic islands.
Okay.
That's kind of what you're picking up.
So, what does he mean by that Kelpwood won't trade without it? The little tiny shard or the large relic?
But well, he did mention he kind of pointed out that this is a resonant shard, and it's bound to the Ashen Core,
Right.
which is the real prize.
Right.
That's what he's looking for, the Ashen Core. At least that's what it seems to you.
Yes. Yeah. Can we tell that it's like if it's trying to move to one direction?
Right now, as I said, it's kind of cracked, and it's got that really slow pulsing light inside, but it's not. It doesn't seem to change or anything like that. It's just very steady and slow.
Okay.
The captain continues. The chain's a volcanic trench. He tells the rest of you, even though you've kind of figured that recall that.
Mm-hmm.
Smugglers, fire cults, and worse call it home. The Reaver can get us there, but not without notice. Only a few can land without stirring the hornet's nest, and that's you.
Right.
He leans forward, his voice dropping low, so that anybody outside this room is not going to hear what he's saying.
Then I would lead into.
Bring the core back intact, and you'll have full shares and full say aboard the Reaver. Fail, and the Reaver sails without you. Garrick stands at his shoulders, arms crossed on his shoulders, watching for your reaction, kind of like high up. His arms are kind of watching you. What are you guys saying or doing?
How difficult do we feel this task is? Is this a possible task, or is he purposely putting us on an impossible task?
Roll an insight.
All right. Come on, dice. Actually, give me a good roll this time. Hey, we got something better! Yay! That is a dirty 20.
Okay. You get the sense that this is definitely going to be a test, but not impossible.
Okay.
He's not sending you on a suicide mission.
Okay.
Rynn appears to be contemplating, thinking, and then she just goes, deal.
Okay.
When do we go?
Anything else?
You have confidence enough for us to go and do this? Then we will go do this.
Peace
Sounds
up.
fair enough.
Jorrack just does what Rynn does with the thumbs up.
Okay.
And that's it.
Kian, you're good to go?
Sounds fair enough.
Okay. Vayne seals that shard into a brass inlaid case and slides it into his coat. We sail in 2 hours. Get your gear stowed, get to know the crew, and be ready when we hit the chain. The Corps doesn't wait for the slow-footed, and neither do I.
Aye, aye.
Garrick steps forward, flicking his tail in the narrow space. If you've got business in port, make it quick. The tide turns soon. And as things conclude, Vayne dismisses you back to the deck. The crew is already bustling. Sails are being unfurled. You can hear this odd humming coming from the actual mast and the sails themselves, and definitely the sense of our like magic is at play. Yes, Kian.
Yeah, the Kian would probably do a quick takeoff out and go make sure that the person at the place she'd been staying knows that she's leaving, and if there's anything she left behind, grab her stuff and hike back to the ship.
Okay. Anybody else doing that?
Rynn had basically been ready to go since this morning. And she now goes and searches for a high perch to call her bed.
Jorrack's on deck. He's kind of looking around at this because he hasn't had too much experience, and his mouth actually opens just a little bit. Could you just hearing the sail, watching the workers, just taking in everything. This is, I mean, not super new, but it's still newish. That just seeing everything, seeing what people are doing, it just got his attention. If there's ever any time where someone's like, they stumble or they're having problems, he might go over and just help them a little. But the most part, he's just watching, observing, learning, admiring, being a presence.
You guys at this point, Kian, you left to say you're leaving. You get the impression that everybody pretty much in Rosendeep knows that as soon as the Reaver returned, you four were going to be on it. That seemed to be like the consensus that you're picking up. As you guys get back to the ship, and sure enough, 2 hours pass. Making sure I'm not missing any cards or anything. The Scarlet Reaver eases away from Rosendeep's docks under the push of tide and arcane wind sails. There's no wind in the harbor where you're at right now, but the wind is furling in these sails as it's moving out and away. The town behind you, its sprawl of stilted buildings, leaning taverns, shrinks behind you. Gallows Road fading into the morning mist, or afternoon mist. I keep saying morning. Oh, no, it's still morning. It's only been 2 hours. No, it's afternoon. My apologies. Crew members call to one another as lines are hauled and sails are unfurled with a crack. The ship glides into the open waters of the southern expanse. Above, gulls wheel and cry. Below, the deck thrums faintly with the pulse of the Reaver's enchanted riggings. You guys are experiencing things on the ship you never really noticed after your rescue before they dropped you off. There's magic at play aboard the Scarlet Reaver. Yes, Rynn.
As this is all happening and we notice that the riggings and the sails and everything, this magical wind or whatever you want to call it, she's just kind of mesmerized and then nudges Jorrack and goes, "That's really cool." Like she's genuinely impressed.
It is. That's it. He's a man. He's
Want to
a,
make sure. So is just to kind of to ask is anyone helping with helping with the riggings? Is anybody
Well,
helping?
yeah,
Maybe
obviously.
you see the navigator. You see them kind of plotting course with maps and charts. Does anybody go over to help or look at it or whatever? Anybody talking to the crew? Because there seems to be a lot of tension still on the deck as you guys are heading out into open waters. Daksha, and Daksha first, then Kian. I seen the. Sorry.
So first of all, when you said we were getting ready and stuff, we knew when the Scarlet Reaver was going to return. So Daksha would have already been packed up and would have taken the time, like the captain had told them to do, getting to know the crew. The way she would have done that is would have put herself to work where she could, and while she's doing that, talk to the crew that's near her. That way, she is putting herself, showing that she is useful while also obeying and getting to know the crew.
Make me a persuasion roll, actually, Daksha, while you're working alongside the crew.
All right. Persuasion. 10.
Okay, that's all you actually needed. You find that the crew that you're just a little bit more than a handful of crew that you're working with, their tensions kind of calm when they're around you as you're talking and you're doing your thing, and they're kind of watching you work and picking up on things you're doing, and you're picking up on some things that they do, and vice versa. So you're actually working very well together as part of the crew. Kian, you were going to
kind of the same, but she would have gone down below decks and looked around down there for a berth, basically a free hammock or netting or something that is no longer needed. That no one's currently staying there, and found a place to set her stuff and claim that spot as hers.
Okay, there's a couple of empty that have been emptied. There's most of the hammocks you see like tattered and torn clothes on it, like stained garments and whatever that are used as pillows that they do, but there are some that have been emptied off, probably from obviously crew not returning.
Okay. If there's any that rather than an actual hammock, if there's any spot that's kind of like a bench that somebody's sleeping on, like a part of the bulwark of the inner.
Oh yeah, there are some spots like that as well.
Yeah.
If you're more comfortable being like against solid material, yeah, there's a spot.
I think the plan is she's going to try to set that up as more of her bed and probably find a bunch of sand as soon as she can to bring back and make a sand bed.
Okay. Yeah. Not a problem.
That's kind of what she's used to.
Well, you won't be, obviously that you're out at sea right now, but I'm sure you'll come across sand at some point.
and then after that, sets her stuff up in there and takes that spot. Then she'd probably head into the galley and see if those little pep and snap cooks needed any help or.
Actually, yeah. Let me see.
Just because that's what she felt like doing today.
Actually, with these two, make me a sleight of hand.
That's a 12.
A 12?
12.
Okay. You actually keep up with what they're telling you, and as they're throwing things at you to put into a pot and put this here and chop this, and they're funny, and it looks also like they're wrecked as they're cooking. Just so you are completely aware. It looks like they're stealing things from each other and making a stew, and yeah, they're just quite the comical pair. Anybody else doing anything
Once Rynn has picked her jaw up off the floor and realized that she's got work to do, she gets to helping with the rigging and all the stuff that she used to do on the Tainted Heart.
Okay, athletics check.
You said athletics?
Yep.
7.
Okay. All right. And Jorrack, are you doing any of those things as?
He's not. He's not the one doing the talking. He's letting Rynn do any talking, but he'll like be by Rynn's side and just kind of help with the rigging and everything else. Just a silent presence.
But so you're going to help. So actually, I'm going to count that as a help action. So Rynn, you can make me another roll for advantage with it. So that'll.
Yeah. Thank God. Oh,
careful.
19.
19. Okay. Which is
I choose that one.
Which is good because you were about to find out that you had damaged the ship.
Oops.
Careful with that. No.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
I got it.
The first week aboard the Reaver brings changeable skies and restless waves. On the horizon, dark clouds are gathering. The wind shifts without warning, rattling the riggings. Crew voices grow terse at the boat as the bosun calls for hands to secure the deck. Rain spits against your cheeks, and the deck begins to pitch, as with the rolling of the waves. You see some crew members attempting to brace things on the ship. Some are watching the storm, kind of paying more attention to that. Others seem to be offering support to one another because it looks like there is a little bit of uneasiness among some of them. What are you guys contributing?
I ask the oh shoot, what's his name?
Garrick
the
Raven, the quartermaster?
Yes, him. Yep. Trying to remember what the position was. Quartermaster. I ask him, we're a little unfamiliar with these magical sails. Is there anything special we need to do with these?
Just make sure they're secured.
Same as normal?
Yep.
Gotcha. When I get to it.
Okay, so that's what you're going to be doing. Anybody else?
Well, before they got to where they were doing the work of getting to their final launch point, Kian would have made sure that she was seen up on the deck with her arcane relic, her black eye, doing some sort of chanting, meditating, holding the eye, looking out at the sea.
All right, so you're kind of looking, trying to read the storm type of deal, and see what's going on. All right, and anybody else?
Jorrack will check with the quartermaster briefly. Are there any forges on this ship?
There is a portable forge down in the lower hold, but now's not the time.
If you need weapons sharpened or de-rusted, let me know.
Okay. He with that he actually runs off to grab a piece of a rope and tie down one of the sails that had gotten loose. As it works. So I need those of you, or Kian, you're going to make me a survival roll, and Rynn, you're going to make another athletics roll, please.
I have a question.
Yeah.
With me being more of a person that works with the wood part of the ship, I don't know what my position or what I would do during this time. Do you have any idea what would be the most?
You're probably just doing general helping.
Definitely not strength based. So
Yeah,
that's good.
you're just helping. You're offering a support role. I can't see that, Jenny. Would you roll
Yeah, I'll try to see if I could. I'm just playing with camera. Sorry. That's an add 20.
at 20? Nice. That was on your survival. It seems to be a bit of a
Yeah.
doozy of a storm. It's
23.
coming, and it's coming right at you. And how about that athletics, Rynn? How did you do?
16.
16. Excellent. So everything seems to be tied down. Seems like the ship is ready. And you manage to get through the storm, and it's rough. It goes on for about a day and a half that the ship is rocking, and the waves are crashing onto the deck. Most of the crew is ordered to stay below. Only essential hands up on the deck itself. During the storm, the captain, however, has not left the aft deck. He has been up there the entire time with the ship's navigator. On the 12th day, the storm breaks and the sea turns to glass, completely smooth. At night, a pale light trails in the Reaver's wake because it still moves, even though there's no wind. But you also see closer into the water. It seems like there's a light beneath the surface of the water. There are whisperings of the crew. Sorry. That it's a Leviathan following the ship. Others won't speak at all. Even the wind feels muted. As you guys are down in the galley, and the captain has the resonant shard out, it's humming faintly below deck. There are a few of the sailors who refuse to even enter the room as long as he has it out.
Interesting.
What are you guys doing?
Could I ask one of the sailors that it refused to enter? Basically, you seem a little concerned. Is there a reason not to go in there when he has the shard out?
It's evil. He gives you pretty much about a 20-minute ramble of all the superstitious nonsense that you could possibly hear. Some of it may be true, but you've heard this kind of thing before. There's something on board that people don't understand or don't know, and especially when there's things like this going on, it's got the crew pretty uneasy.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where like something's uneasy. Let's blame it on the weird thing.
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense. So I think what she would do is, if she gets a chance, would actually try to watch over the edge and try to identify whatever is in the water. That way she gets facts instead of superstition.
Okay. You're watching, and you're again, your presence and your actions are having a very calming effect and steadying the morale of the crew aboard the ship. Kian, are you?
She might just wander out there close and get close to the captain and look at him and say, "What does it do?" The shard.
Make me an Arcana check, please.
You're the one to do.
That is a plus 16.
He doesn't really answer you. He's kind of looking at this resonance orb. You do notice something though, that amber light that was pulsing like a very slow heartbeat inside seems to be pulsing a little bit faster than it was before, and brighter than it was before. Rynn.
Its heart seems to be faster. Does it tell us when we're nearing our target?
Darius actually looks over at you with a grin. A grin that if you weren't Dave, oh my goodness.
You're not playing, Mordu.
Yeah. Let's stay away from the pulsing vessels and such. Oh my word. Okay. He's got a grin, but this is a grin that if you were an average person, you'd probably be peeing your pants, because even though you can tell it's not a mad grin, he looks like insane as he's doing it. So obviously he's giving you the hint that you've nailed it on the head. Shut up, Mordu. Jorrack, are you now that, as I said, during this time, and the ship is continuing to sail, it's not slowing down.
I make an attempt to place my ear to the. No, I'm kidding. He looks a little sadder. He's actually looking more up than anything. It's like it's an ugly day.
It's kind of, it's a boring.
Better than the last few.
When you're looking up, and because you're looking up, it's actually it's ugly. It's boring. There's nothing there. Like, it's just quiet still. Rynn, were you doing anything specific?
She's trying to figure out where the light is coming from.
Okay. You're looking again, so you're looking down into the waters. Make me a perception check.
$17.
It takes a while, and you're watching, and as I said, this is days are going by as you're sailing, and you're watching, and this is how you're spending the time, and you're really trying to investigate and figure it out. You pretty well can tell there is a glow coming from the underside of the back of the ship a little bit, but that other glow you're seeing, especially as the sun goes down and the night falls, there is something moving deep beneath the water, to the point where the hairs on your neck stand up. It's not a it's not a comfortable feeling when you see whatever it is, and it's deep down under the water, and it's large.
I go up to the quartermaster and I let him know what I've seen.
You've seen the Leviathan.
It's not a Leviathan. Come on.
Very well. And he puts on this, and again, keep in mind he's a Vulpus, and he's got a grin on him as well. That it's like a fool's grin, and he goes, very well. It's not a Leviathan, and he walks off.
Interesting.
Rynn just rolls her eyes like, oh my god.
As these days go by, land at last. You can see in the distance jagged volcanic peaks wreathed in smoke as it rises from the horizon. The air smells faintly of ash and sulfur. The reef line gleams just beneath the surface. You can see it up ahead in the dark waters. Treacherous and sharp. Crew members move with very tense focus at this point, adjusting sails, scanning for safe passage. You could, at this point, as I said, everybody is very intent at this point. They're looking for a safe approach. If you have navigation tools and you're skilled with that, you'd be able to. Oh, I see a card. Yes, I do. So, yes, Daksha, and is that also. I think you're holding something as well?
I have navigation tools and not a perception, so.
Okay, so you're. Okay, so you're rolling a perception?
I have both navigation tools and I have a decent perception, so whichever.
Okay.
I don't know what check goes with navigation tools, though.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. It's actually, we're going to do an intelligence check and just add your proficiency modifier with this one.
Okay. All right, that is. Let's see. Okay. So a 19.
19. So you definitely are the ship's navigator is kind of called you over and is kind of sending you back and forth to the rail of the ship to kind of report back and watch and look for certain things and going back and forth, and and they're navigating using your help.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry, Kian, are you holding your card up or your plate up or something?
No, I think that's something in the background that's supposed to be.
Sorry, it's just the image is small here for me, so I was just having a hard time seeing it. My apologies.
That is this.
There are some.
I moved him.
There are some chains and such on the ship that during that storm had broke, and you have the bosun approaching you, Jorrack, to take some of this chain and repair it, because you said you can use a forge.
Yeah, and it's an ugly day, so he has no problem leaving the deck to do that. Okay.
So you can make me a wisdom check, please, and add your proficiency modifier.
You're going to make me roll what?
Yep. Because you're a weapon maker, generally.
Yeah, but that would be an 11. That's my best roll tonight.
That's all you needed. You managed to repair the chains. So that they are able to re-secure parts of the ship as they're making these. The closer you are getting to this, again, this is an underwater, like a trench, a volcanic trench, and you can see the steam rising up from the ocean floor, and the bubbles and the waves and the currents and there are jagged rock, obsidian rock everywhere. So it's definitely a very tense moment you guys are going through. Is anybody good with animals?
Animals.
Does anybody have animal handling? Because there are animals.
I do.
Just a +1.
I do. I got a +1, yeah.
+1.
Okay. So, Kian and Rynn, you guys are asked to go below deck to where the animal pens are in the hold, and because you can actually hear, like, there are horses down there, and they're kicking the side of the ship, the wood. They're a little bit freaked out because the ship is, even though it's being very precise in its movements, it's rocking a lot. And there's a warmth now. You can now start to feel the temperature rising aboard the ship. Like, it's gone up about 10 degrees since you started navigating towards this island in the distance. So I need you to make an animal handling check. Both of you can do that, or you can do a help action, and one of you can do it with advantage. It's up to you.
I rolled it good. I rolled a good number.
Okay.
Me too.
Total
All right.
19.
All right, so you guys calm and soothe the panicked animals, and they lay down.
Sorry, Rynn.
The horses actually lay themselves down, to stay calm and press themselves to a solid surface. And again, you guys are moving in closer, and the volcanic silhouettes in the distance as you approach, they're looming larger with each passing wave. Smoke is drifting skyward, and the scent of sulfur is bringing tears to your eyes nearly. The crew is all moving into position as the Reaver drops anchor in steaming waters near cliffside shanties that you see built into this volcanic rock. The Reaver drifts into these steaming waters, the hull creaking as this heat rises from below. The obsidian cliffs jut from the sea, veined with rivers of glowing lava that hiss as they meet the waves. Clinging to the cliffside like barnacles are shanties of driftwood, iron, and ash brick. Ramshackle structures connected by rope bridges and narrow walkways. The air stings your skin with a very dry heat. The scent of sulfur is burning your nostrils, and burning the like burning oil would do if it was like right beside you, with every breath. Even from here, you can see armed figures watching your ship from highest platforms. All right. And who's waiting? Where are you, Daksha? There you are.
Sorry about that. I bumped something on my phone, but I think I fixed
It's okay.
it. So we'll do it again.
Is anybody scanning the harbor, or is anybody trying to see what kind of mood these armed, like what kind of vibe they're giving off? Anything like that?
I know.
I'll give that a go.
Okay. Well, what are you trying to do an insight, or are you just kind of scanning the?
I'm going to do an insight.
I think I would specifically be scanning to see if there's a way to be more nonchalant with going in, because he had already kind of mentioned that bringing the Reaver in wasn't a good idea and stuff like that. So trying to find a cautious way to go in and
Yeah.
this
Like,
artifact.
Kind of had the impression he was going to drop us off somewhere, not at the dock.
I rolled a 14.
Okay, so you rolled a 14 on the insight. They're not hostile. They're not taking aim with their longbows and their crossbows. You do notice as well that up on some of the walled areas there are cannons in place, like old ship's cannons, set there as well, and they're not currently manned. So you're getting a certain vibe, like it's okay. For Daksha and Kian, you're scanning that horizon and scanning the this harbor area and the waters and everything, trying to look for someplace else that you see. And from here, these people are watching your ship from the highest platform. But the two of you, what is your perception? What did you roll again for your perceptions?
18 plus 1 is 19.
19. And Daksha?
Mine was a 14.
14. So Daksha, you do notice that there's probably about 4 different groups of armed individuals at different levels.
Mm-hmm.
With your roll, Kian, you notice at one of the lower areas where there is a dock set up that someone has made some kind of a signal towards the ship.
And she'd point that out.
Okay, so you point that out, and with that, the captain orders that the anchor be raised again, and he kind of looks to Garrick, and he looks to Vargas. Take us in. So the ship slowly makes its way through these tempestuous waters. Yeah, that's coming, Dave. I see. Don't worry, I've seen that comment. That's coming. And again, the heat rises, and this smell. How these people live here,
Live like that. Yeah.
you don't know.
Thinking that.
It's pretty intense as you're going, and as it actually does pull up along the docks, and some ropes are being tossed to deckhands. Yes, Rynn.
As the fumes get harsher and harsher, Rynn will put a scarf around her face.
Okay. So, Rynn, you've done that. You other three, because you guys are a team, you do notice that Rynn has put a mask over her face. You also notice that there are about 3 or 4 deckhands that have passed out. Whether from heat or from the sulfur, you're not sure.
I think I'd ask Rynn, is this what we need to be concerned with?
Well, this helps.
Yeah.
Can I figure out whether or not it's the heat or the sulfur? Because if it's just the heat, there's not much I can do about that. But if it's the sulfur, then I think I'd follow suit with covering. While you're drunk.
It's definitely the heat has a lot to do with certain things, but the sulfur is why should be covering your mouth.
All right.
You're not sure what's making them pass out. It could be either or. But yeah. So Kian, you have a card up. I see it.
The heat and maybe not so much the sulfur affects Kian as much as it might some other species, but the dryness is making her have itchy shudders happening.
Your scales, yeah, it almost feels like your scales are peeling off.
You might
Like
want to put down a cloth or something.
Jorrack, are you
She takes
note?
a scoop out of the water barrel and dumps it over herself.
Jorrack's actually going to take the fallen crew members and kind of move them closer toward the cabin, away from the edge, and kind of put a little mask around their mouths. So he's kind of putting them in a safe spot where there's a shade and just making sure they're taken care of.
Are you doing anything to cover your mouth?
I mean, yeah. I mean, he'll definitely, because he's not doing so well on the heat himself. So he'll definitely cover his mouth, but he'll make sure that the crew is the ones that are unconscious are also covered as well. So
okay, so those that have covered their mouth, so Daksha, Kian, and Rynn, make me a
She closes her nose slits.
Constitution saving throw, please.
All of us?
Yeah, you 3. Actually, no, Kian, not you. Sorry, Jorrack.
Okay.
Constitution, got to roll again.
I'm kind of glad that I didn't have to roll because I rolled bad.
16.
I rolled good. Didn't need to.
21.
Okay. Anybody less than 12? Nope. Okay,
Nope.
good. So you guys remain conscious from the heat and from the sulfur making you a little bit nauseous. You're not feeling the greatest. Kian, because you've doused yourself with water, you have definitely gives you a sense of relief to your scales. But it's almost like the water is evaporating as fast as you can almost put it on yourself. But it's giving you some relief for certain. As you guys do pull alongside the deck, and things are tied off and chained. Because once the ropes are only used to bring the ship in close, but then they actually use chains to secure the vessel to the docks. The heat, you never know. I mean, it could wilt the ropes. As the Reaver's gangway slams into place, a figure steps forward from the dock. One that one of you recognizes as the person who gave that hand gesture before the ship came in.
Yep.
The figure steps forward through the haze, skin glowing like burnt embers, hair a crown of shifting flames. They lean on a half-melted staff. Behind her are 5 flame blood scorchers, scorcher enforcers, leveling crossbows in your direction. This is flame blood territory, she says, her voice like crackling fire. You've docked, but you have my permission for now. So tell me why I shouldn't let the sea claim your bones. And the captain motions for the 4 of you to go down the gangplank and deal with Garrick. As you're approaching the gangplank, says, That's Skara, Blaze Whisper. She's scary. And it's coming from
am
Garrick.
I?
Garrick says she's scary.
Yeah.
Kyan's feeling a little nervous.
Garrick is a Vulpus pirate, right? He's like a typical foxfolk. He's cunning, he's sly. But it was just a very nonchalant way of saying that she's scary. So when you guys go down, how are you handling the situation? Are you trying to
I have no idea. I don't know why we're there.
Do I know anything about this area, and are there any temples around? Like,
you don't know really any details about the Onyx chain. What you did hear, again, it was tied to the Ashen Core stories, that this was a inhospitable land, and there's not supposed to be organized civilizations on it. So this is kind of a surprise, because this is definitely a structured civilization. Yes, Rynn.
Rynn kind of leans over to the captain when he's gesturing us to go down the gangplank and deal with this. Any rules of engagement?
Don't get us killed.
Aye, aye, Captain.
He seemed to emphasize the word us.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily you, but us.
Mm-hmm. So Rynn confidently stomps down the gangplank and squares herself off with the what did you call her?
Skara.
Skara. Planting her hands on her fists on her hips, and says, "Greetings."
Okay. As I said, why should we not kill you and just throw you in the water?
Why would you do that?
Why not?
Well, that's not very nice.
You hear raucous laughter from those with the crossbows. And one of them, actually, you're down. Actually, you're probably the big ears of Daksha. Roll me a perception check.
flame hag.
Good this time. That is. That is a 22.
You hear one of them as they're laughing. she thinks she's nice.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I am a useful individual to have around because I heard him say that my friend here thinks that your leader is nice, meaning I can hear quite well. So why lose out on good skill?
Oops. Dang it. Sorry, I'm trying to find a certain screen that's now missing. Don't like it. I need...
Kian says, because Grieva gave me eyes to see, sleep in the daylight, and sing in the dark.
Okay, so we're gonna... Sorry, I'm just going to put a picture up on the screen so you guys can see who you're talking to.
The flame hag.
Yeah, not quite. Where is all my stuff? And there it is. There. And it would be Skara. That is Skara.
Yeah, she looks angry.
She's an angry type person. So basically, at this point, she's just asking for some form of justification as to why they shouldn't kill you. You could attempt to persuade her. You can be truthful, of course, if you want, or you can attempt to deceive. You can attempt to intimidate, but I mean, looking around, it's probably going to have to be a really high roll for that one. But that's up to you. So
I'm going.
I think we'd try a persuasion and something like, I'm sure that we can come with a good trade or gold for letting us get to where we need to.
Everybody who's involving themselves in this negotiation could make me a persuasion roll.
Way.
14 for Daksha.
3.
Okay.
18.
Okay.
22.
Okay.
Very good.
But the way I'm
Jorrack's
rolling,
just kinda-
no,
Jorrack's
the way
just
I'm
kinda
rolling, he
watching.
just, yeah.
He's doing his intimidation attempt. So, with the rest of you, she softens a little bit. Her eyes narrow, however, and she gestures towards a tunnel. I know why you're here.
Nods.
You want the core.
Yes.
And
There's this cut into the cliffside, not far from where the docks are. There is a definite tunnel that has been carved. Prove that you can handle our heat. One of my lava smuggling tunnels have been overrun.
By what?
Fire imps. Worse.
Fire ants?
Fire imps.
Imps. Oh,
Imps and worse.
bring it on.
Clear it out, and the ashen core is yours. She leans on her staff. The flames that flickers in her hair dims to embers. Do that, and we'll be square. Fail, and I'll burn the deal, and your ship both.
Understood.
Fair enough. You have yourself an accord.
Okay. Um, you've said that. Make an insight check, Rynn.
19. Do I have anything else? Hang on. No, sorry. 21.
Okay. She's deadly serious.
I believe it.
That pretty much, like, you're looking at this. I mean, it's not a huge structure, but it's definitely foreboding. And there's enough armed forces here and cannons that, as good as the Reaver is, at this close range, if they were to take on everybody, or if they were to just, the ship wouldn't leave the waters. It would be sunk pretty much here in the harbor.
So, in other words, we have no choice but to accept her deal.
Yeah, basically.
So, let's get to it.
Okay. Once this deal is made, Skara signals her guards to lower their weapons. And as you guys approach that tunnel, the heat intensifies. The tunnel has a jagged entrance. There is a lava light that is flickering on the black stone walls as it drips down, like in rivulets down the actual wall. And it's very acrid smell, and it's not pleasant to be in at all. I need everybody as well to make me, at this point, everybody to make me, even those with masks covering their face. Kian, you don't have to worry about the mask part of it, but you are going to still have to make me a Constitution saving throw for another purpose. So everybody needs to make a Constitution saving throw. Rynn, yeah, you got a question?
Just as when I keep forgetting her name, the fire hag.
Scarlet.
Yeah, when she motions everybody to lower their weapons, I look back over my shoulder at the captain and kind of flip my hair, like all cocky, like, see, I could do it.
All right. Yeah, that's you notice the captain, and he's just kind of got this look, an expression on his face as he kind of watches you. Garrett, on the other hand, is just kind of shakes his head, his ears twitching slightly as he points up to the other tiers of decking as he looks down at you, Rynn.
I look up.
There's probably about another 100 individuals with crossbows trained down at you guys.
Oh, shit.
But they're up there.
Mm.
They're still within range, but just, again, he just had that look like, yeah, okay. cocky thing you are. So how did we do on those Constitution saves, guys?
In what order?
We'll start with Jorrack.
23.
Okay, you're fine.
It's one thing I can do.
Mm-hmm.
Rynn?
14.
You're feeling very nauseous and lightheaded at this point. Kian?
18.
18. Your scales are drying, but the dampness that you had soaked yourself with before leaving the ship is still holding.
Okay.
Daksha?
18.
You're fine as you guys are approaching. The tunnel mouth yawns wide, carved from black volcanic stone. Heat rolls out in suffocating waves, carrying the smell of sulfur and scorched metal. Inside, the walls glisten with beads of molten rock that drip from above. The narrow passage winds downward, the flicker of lava light casting jagged shadows on the walls. Every step is accompanied by the hiss of steam from small vents in the floor and the distant chittering of unseen creatures that seem to exist in this place. Is anybody scouting ahead
Actually, are there any like chunks of obsidian about?
Yeah, there's pieces of obsidian on the ground that you.
He'll be looking for like maybe a chunk of obsidian, or maybe later on he'll see if he can get a piece that maybe he can work with later.
Okay.
Rynn does typically scout ahead, so she's going to do that. Sorry, Rynn's going to put some water on her mask
Okay.
just to try and help things out.
Yeah, you're stealthing, so I need you to roll a stealth check, by the way.
Thank you. Stealth. 15.
15. Okay. I've got Daksha, you're stealthing, so you are, I take it you're scouting ahead a little bit.
She's kind of between Rynn and the party, so that way there's this in-between chain of being able to communicate, basically.
Okay. I'm going to go to Rynn. And I don't know why your characters aren't in here. Like, for some reason, all the characters got moved. So Rynn is here. And Daksha, you said you were
I'm between Rynn and the party, so.
Okay. And we got Jorrack and Kian as you're coming into the cave, into this passage, and you're going through. So you're hidden. Is anybody else like scouting or looking for hazards and traps? Listening.
I can do opening doors if we get to one that's locked, but I can stealth pretty good. I'm not too good at
I am watching
what you just said.
Okay.
Yeah, and Jorrack, he's mainly watching the environment, mostly for his rocks, but anything out of the ordinary.
Make me an investigation check, Jorrack.
Another roll.
I'm back.
Yay.
Oh, 17.
Okay. You notice, Jorrack, that there are these narrow bridges that are crossing over lava streams here and there that you identify very quickly that if you were to go over them at full speed, there's a good chance you're going to fall into the lava. They're not really secure. You also note, however, that there are lava vents that are randomly going off in different spots, erupting with a lava like bubbling up with a force with the area around them. So you notice this. Are you sharing this with your party?
Yeah, he'll be like, be careful, go slow on bridges, and watch for these vents. They look hot. Not fun.
Yeah, and now that he points them out, you can see them. You can see these holes in the rock where there's nothing except for maybe a little steam, and then all of a sudden, lava just kind of jets out. Yes,
Rynn calls back when he says that the vents seem hot. I'm like, hot lava. What a concept.
Shut up and keep going.
She blows him a kiss and continues on.
So we've got Daksha, you are stealth. Kian, you said you can stealth. Are you stealthing?
Oh, hands off camera.
She's also muted. Okay. I'm
She's
assuming.
stealthing so much. She's stealthing from the
Yeah,
group.
she's
Work.
stealthing. She's stealthing for real. As you guys are proceeding forward, the tunnel opens up into a wider chamber where cracked stone bridges span a slow-moving flow of glowing lava. On the far side, small red-skinned figures with curling horns and ember eyes hop from rock to rock, their clawed hands leaving smoldering marks behind. 3 fire imps turn at once, chittering with glee, with a faint rumble, while a faint rumble echoes from deeper in the lava flow.
That's a big fire ant.
Yeah, he ain't that big.
Gotta love when they come in super big at first. But at least we get to see what they look like.
Yes. And he's on the edge. So you guys kind of see them. And it almost, at first, you almost don't see them. But you do take note as you get closer to it, because, again, you hear them like chittering, and they're happy that they now have, well, something to play with, perhaps.
We're happy because we have something to play with too.
Yeah, Daksha, you're still hidden. So with that, I need an initiative roll, guys.
8.
Can't do it.
8.
Okay.
So wait till I stop.
What's that?
Let me get to a stop.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought we'd be done by now. I guess I should have known we'd go over.
Well, 11 for me, and I'll roll for
Kian.
She got a 15 plus whatever her initiative bonus is.
Yeah, let's just say 15.
And mine's nat 20.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Oh, dear. My goodness. Okay. So on that 20, Daksha, you can take an action.
Mm-hmm.
However, keep in mind, you are separated from your targets
Exactly.
by lava. And so unless you have something ranged, there's not much you can do.
I do have throwing knives, but I don't think I want to risk losing my throwing knives across the lava. Not to mention, I would rather them come to us so we don't have to deal with the lava part. Honestly, there really isn't much I can do except for take the dodge action. I'll ready an action when they come close to attack with my Tenzin.
Okay, so you're
But
ready.
I am keeping an eye out for that rumble that was in the lava.
Okay. That takes us to Kian. What would you be doing, Kian, on your initiative?
Do we have them in range?
They are within like 30 feet, but they are
Okay.
you can't touch, like you can't reach them by hand. You'd have to use a ranged weapon attack or a ranged spell attack.
Okay. Well, let's see. If I'm close enough with, I think I got a light crossbow.
Yep, you can hit with a light crossbow.
Check my sheet there and see what my damage is. Or if you have Rynn roll it for me, that's what I would probably do. Shoot a crossbow bolt at him.
What's the damage on a crossbow bolt?
Let's say a D4
All right. So
or D6. Sorry, D6.
The D6, yeah. And I have a plus.
she rolled a 17 to hit.
So you hit.
3. Yeah, that would hit because it's plus 3.
And you said a D8?
D6
D6?
damage.
D6?
D6 plus 1
Oh, 7 points.
or 2. Okay.
Nice.
Very good.
I took the max.
Good job. Okay. Next up, we've got Rynn. You're up.
Do I have any ranged weapons? I don't think I do. Because my fans do
Red
not
light.
return, do they?
I think you technically have one
yet.
silver throwing dagger that Jorrack had made for you. There's one for you and one for Kian.
Yeah, I'm not throwing that. Not here.
Dude, someone that kissed the party.
Huh?
Dave is so funny. So nothing that Rynn can do at the moment. Yeah, I don't. Your fans don't come back yet. I think that's at higher.
Yeah.
The next stage. Okay. So you're holding an action.
Yep.
Okay. Jorrack, you're up.
Oh, there they are. They're over there. See them? Oh, all right. Hold on.
Thanks,
He
Jorrack.
pulls out a longbow if it's still in good shape, and he'll knock an arrow. So I think I got this, and
Which one?
he'll shoot at the nearest one.
Nearest one. Okay, so
16 to hit,
that hits.
and that is an addition. 2 piercing. I got a 1 on that damage.
What? Oh no.
I hate when that happens.
I think
Okay.
I hit him. I can't tell. That's his turn.
There.
Oh, can I pick up a rock and throw it at him?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet away. Sure.
All right, I'm going to throw a rock at him. At least then I have something to do.
Yep. Make me a
19.
19. Yep. You hit him.
Pegged him right off the melon.
It's 1 point of damage. Plus, do you have a strength bonus? Or a strength modifier?
I do. Somewhere. Oh, no, I don't. It's +0.
All right. So a point of damage.
I have a +3 of dexterity. Does that help?
No. Not for this one. All right.
Well,
So
maybe
it
I
is
hit
their
him in
turn.
the eye. Blinded.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
What the hell? Those little shits can walk over lava?
They're flying.
They have wings.
10, 15, 20,
Oh, okay.
30. Okay.
Oh, you know I will. Snip, snap.
One will attack Rynn, and the other one will attack Daksha.
Do they see me? Because I was stealthing.
Oh, wait. Let me just see if they can.
And
No.
I have not attacked.
And no. So, no, neither one of them see. So, they're both attacking Rynn.
No offense. Sorry, Rynn. Throw you under the bus.
FML.
Our first character
FML.
death.
An 18 to hit
Yep.
and a 10.
I don't think a 10 gets me.
You take 5 points of slashing damage.
Owie. Hey,
And it
Watch
burns.
it. Watch it. Keep your hot little hands to yourself.
Okay. And the other one missed, so that's good, and that's the top of the round. We are on to. Oh, by the way, Daksha, you were holding an action.
That is true. I was holding an action. You're right.
Yeah.
Question: because they did not see me when I was holding this action, can I roll?
You
anything?
get advantage on your roll.
Thank- Good, because the first roll was bad. Yay!
You were all. Oh, no. You threw a rock. That's right. Never mind.
Okay, so that's my 10. So that is a 22 to hit.
That hits.
Yay! 6. 5 damage. Roll 1. Sheesh.
Damage.
Gotta love that.
Hey, it's still damage.
Hey, it's damage. Yep.
Okay. And that takes us to Kian. You're up.
Okay, let me look at your picture. Yeah. So None of them we haven't gotten any of them done in yet.
Nope.
No. He's gonna move
Wishful thinking.
up there.
I know, right?
Oh, wait. There's one kind of. Oh no, I don't want to move because I want to shoot another arrow at it.
Okay.
Because again. Let's see. Don't go. So I am rolling to hit. All right. Oh, that's a 19. So that is a yeah. I got like a.
Oh, how do we get into the owl bear thing?
The link is in the private chat, guys.
Okay.
+4 to hit.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, Jenny, for going a little over. I was hoping to-
23 to hit total.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. And then it
Where?
is. Oh, come on. 1D. You know what? I said it was a 1D6 with light crossbow. It looks like it's a 1D8.
What was the damage?
I only did 4 points of damage.
This is the same one you hit last time, or to the one that's in front of you?
Well, which was the one I hit last time?
The one on the other side of Rynn.
Yeah, I don't think I'd try to hit that one because of Daksha in the way. I'd probably hit the one straight in
Okay.
front of me.
All right. And that is Kian, and then we are on to Rynn. It's your turn.
All right. Rynn goes into her flourish and makes her slashing attacks with her fans on the one who burnt her.
Okay.
15. Where's my to hit? Bonus. Where is it? Nope. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, come on. Oh, there it is. Okay. 15, 20.
Hits.
And that is a D8. It's 3. 8 points.
He kind of plops on the ground onto the rock.
All right. And then she turns to the next one and hits with a 23.
Yep.
And only does 5 points of damage.
And it plops on the ground.
And then I'm going to do a flourish because that was just awesome.
Okay.
17.
So you now do a flourish and throw your blade at the one that's across the bridge.
Sure, why not?
Okay. It hits.
And 6 points.
You take 6. Okay. I'm checking me.
And then I just kind of go, ha. Then I beckon the little bugger towards me.
Okay. And that was Rynn. And Jorrack, you're up.
Save some for the rest of us, he says as he shoots another arrow towards that last one.
Okay.
Daksha does signals with like because you guys are used to her doing like hand signals, like eyes towards lava, meaning there's still something in the lava.
Hey, there's lava in the lava.
Yeah.
Yeah, he throws down his longbow. He got a 5. This isn't working.
He missed. He goes flying over. The arrow actually burns up in midair from the heat. It just the shaft just kind of catches flame and it disintegrates.
Shell. And that ends its turn.
All Why is she not there?
Did we lose Kian again?
Yeah, we did. She's trying to get back. And I'm trying to make sure that I'm keeping tabs.
Kian is dumbfounded by the folly of Jorrack.
Jorrack is dumbfounded by the folly of Jorrack.
It's a good thing that Rynn's got her back to you, otherwise she'd be making fun of you right now.
Shut
Okay,
up.
so Jorrack, you 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You guys hear that grumble again from the lava.
Oh boy.
And coming out of the lava with actual like flaming drops of lava dripping from its wings is this whelp, more draconic than imp, that kind of flies out of the water and just sits on that decking looking at you guys as it has come out. And it will do 5. Actually, where is it? What's his full movement? I'm going to need Jorrack and Rynn to make me a Constitution saving throw. And I'm going to need... is that a cone? Yeah, it's a cone. And I'm going to need Rynn and
20.
Daksha and Jorrack also to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dodge action with a reaction, please.
Okay.
20 on the con.
You're fine, con.
Don't remember exactly what
17, 18, 19 on the dex.
Okay, so you're fine there too. And Jorrack on the
23 on the con, 13 on the dex.
13 on the okay. We'll take half damage for that. So 3 points of fire damage from just heat, like fire damage coming towards you, and a cone of flames. Yeah, and then we're at the top of the round. That brings us back to Daksha.
Question with the dodge action thing. I don't remember how that worked. Like I don't.
You just dodged out of the way.
Oh, okay, cool, sweet. I like that. Okay, I'm good with that. That's better than what I thought it was, so I'm good.
Well, it is better than it's supposed to be. I believe it's supposed to just give you advantage in your roll, but right now we're trying to kind of get through the session because we're running.
Let Kian in. Let Kian in.
Yeah, we're getting there. There we go. Now that I can see everybody.
Hi, Kian.
I thought because I had the camera and I could see myself that you all could too, and then I realized, wait, it says I'm still backstage.
No, I can see people backstage, but I have to lower my scroll down my screen to see it. So.
Okay.
So, Daksha, you're up.
Okay. Let's see here. Do you do flanking at all? I can't remember.
Yep, you get advantage if you're flanking.
All right, then I will skirt myself around Rynn so that I can flank across from Jorrack there. Because I think I can stand on the opposite side of Jorrack, the creature on adjacent with Jorrack, or whichever is easiest. However.
Yeah, you guys are basically Rynn, Jorrack, and Daksha all have flanking on the well. All three of you.
Works for me. All right. Let's see if I hit. Oh, yay, that's fun. Okay, that is a 25 to hit.
Wow.
For 7 damage slashing.
7 damage to the whelp. Nice. Okay. Next up would be Kian. That's you.
Okay. So hey, I'm on Albert Rodeo. I logged in and opened it up, but I don't know how to get to this map. Do you know how?
It's in the private chat, but no one's in there. Just so you know, I'm just moving tokens.
I can't.
I don't see anything in the private chat except for let me in, because I think it's because I left and came back. I don't see the previous
I
chats.
don't see it in the private chat either.
You got to scroll up. There's an Owlbear link in there.
I think I came in after you posted it.
So if you,
I think
leave
I
or
left and came back.
afterwards, you do
There you
not-
go. It's in there now. We don't really need it, but if you want to go in, the link's there now.
Owlbear Rodeo?
Yep.
There we go.
Yep, it's free.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a free. I signed in a long time ago, so I had a free thing, and I joined in. But then I went, wait a minute, now I don't know how to get in to join the game. So why am I purple worm?
It's just a name randomly gave you.
What?
Okay. Speaking of, okay. So I just wanted to be able to see that a little better. Woo! There we go. All right. So there's an imp ahead of
Yep,
Rynn.
right there.
No, you've got Rynn there, and that's Kian. And then there's an imp to the left between Daksha and Rynn.
It's a
And then the flying thing that just came up, where is it at?
This thing over here is a whelp.
yeah, that's the whelp.
This is the imp over here.
I don't see the whelp. I must have to get my screen smaller.
The
Right
whelp
here.
is next to Daksha.
Oh, of the two things, one's an imp, one's a whelp.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a whelp. That's it.
All right. Well, those two are beaten on that one. I think I'll go after the one in front of me,
Okay.
The imp?
and he's like 10 feet away, so I could. Yeah, I could do the crossbow again, right?
Yep.
Without disadvantage. Am I too close?
Yep.
Is that all right if I do crossbow, or am I too close?
Yep. No, that's fine.
Okay, so that's a 21 to hit.
That
That
hit.
hits. That would be 10 points. Woohoo! I rolled an 8.
Okay.
10 points damage.
Oops. And he plops to the ground. Okay. And that takes us to Rynn. You're up.
All right.
I retrieved my fan
Yep.
that I flung at the imp.
So you-
And
Come back here.
and then I just hammer at the whelp.
Okay. So you got to throw your fan again because you won't be able to make it back to them in time with your movement because you had to go retrieve your fan to come back.
Dirty 20.
That hits.
And he takes 9 points. And
He's dropped.
cool.
Yes. So, as they're dropping, and the room is chaotic, and the smell and everything else. I need you all at this point again to make me another Constitution saving throw. You get advantage, Rynn, because you wet your face covering earlier.
17, 18, or 19, 20.
Okay, so you're fine. Jorrack,
18.
18. You're fine. Daksha,
8.
okay, you're nauseous.
Yeah.
You're not fine.
You're not
Nope.
fine. And Kian,
21.
And you're fine.
Okay.
The chamber fills with the shrieks of imps and the oppressive heat of this lava flow. Sparks are scattering across the narrow bridges. as their clawed feet and their tails whip through the air. The rumble from the ground that you found out was this whelp as it came out of the actual lava itself, taking you on. And now it has fallen to the ground as well. You've got all this going on. What are you guys? I mean, there's a chamber here. There's a cavern here. There's stuff here. You can kind of see it. You can maneuver around. There's no more enemies around. You're out of combat. How are you going about searching this chamber?
I would tell the others, quick, we have to move fast. This is too much heat to take and too much sulfur to breathe. So let's just scour the area and try to look for that glow like came from the captain's shard.
I advise everybody to do what I did and wet their face coverings. It helps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, yeah.
The source of the shard, from what I understand, is not in this area, correct?
Not sure.
You're not sure. Okay. And we're still here.
No one actually asked the captain to borrow the resident shard.
Yeah. And
we're supposed to clear out all the.
I didn't think he
You
would
said
let
if
us
you cleared this
get
chamber, her exact words were, "You clear the chamber, and the core is yours."
All right, let's check the whole length of this chamber. Make sure we cleared it.
Slow. Go over the bridges slowly. He's warns.
Because you made those earlier detections, Jorrack, you guys are able to successfully and safely traverse the bridges across the lava flows and search the room.
Yeah.
I need everybody to make me an investigation roll.
Nope. Nope, I see nothing.
I doubt
Okay,
I will.
so that's a fail.
Fail.
11.
Okay.
Beats my 10.
Okay. And Daksha.
That's a 4. Sorry, a 4.
Okay. So that is a partial success because you only needed a 10. 2 of you failed. 2 of you. So the imps are all dead. The whelp is dead, but you're not finding anything. I need you guys all to make me another con save with advantage.
Because I would have followed.
Actually, sorry, you were already nauseous, Daksha.
Yeah.
You just make a straight con save.
Okay. I would have wet my cloth like she suggested because I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, but you're already sick.
Yeah,
so.
I'm already sick. Yeah.
16.
16 also.
Okay, you're fine. You're fine.
22.
Fine.
You're very fine.
And Daksha's not fine.
9.
Oh.
Daksha, you fall unconscious.
I'm sorry. What was it?
You fall unconscious.
No.
No.
One of us we can't carry out of here.
She's looking a little gray.
That one.
With that though, and this is happening, you guys are still searching. You do actually find in a small volcanic glass cage, like a casing, this kind of solid core looking thing that is pulsing with a red fiery energy that very much looks like that resonant shard.
I think we found what we're looking for.
I think we found this thing.
There is also these look like they're bars. You're not sure exactly what material it's made out of, but they look like trade bars. Probably about a handful of them.
Yeah.
Gather those up.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, and you guys head out, returning to.
Can we bring Daksha safely?
Taking Daksha.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not able to revive her at this point. But as you get out of the cave, eventually, Daksha, you do start to regain consciousness with the salt air, even though it's still hot. The smell's still here, but it was just too much, too overwhelming. Her Skara is still there at the deck, and she is her expression is unreadable. The air cools as you leave that smuggler's tunnel behind. The oppressive heat, though, is replaced by salt and ash of the open harbor. The jagged walkways and rope bridges of Ash Harbor sway in the rising wind. The Flameblood Scorcher guards watch you closely as you approach Skara. She stands with her molten staff planted in the boards, ember hair flaring faintly. Her eyes flick to the volcanic glass prison holding the ashen core, then back to you. Skara studies you for a long moment, the heat in her gaze almost as sharp as the heat from the tunnel. Then, with a small, satisfied smile, she gestures to her enforcers to stand down. You've got fire in you, and I respect that. She hands you a small pouch, and you can hear the clink of coin inside. The coin is the core, and this coin is yours.
Thank you.
Things stir beneath these waters, though, and the cult will feel it. The old things wake. She leans closer, voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. You've been noticed.
Interesting.
Are you saying anything at this point, or doing anything other than taking the coin and
Noticed
Nice
by
business
what?
with you.
roll me a persuasion?
Probably by the not Leviathan.
17?
She leans even closer to you, Rynn, to the point where your skin is almost burning from her breath. Like it's hot.
You need a Tic Tac.
She says, as I said, you've been noticed by a serpent older than the chain.
The Leviathan stuff again? Come on.
The gangway creaks underfoot as you return to the Scarlet Reaver. Crew members glance at the core with weary curiosity as it is secured below the deck. Captain Vayne stands at the rail, watching the volcanic peaks recede into the haze. And far below the molten crust of the sea, something vast shifts. A single yellow eye opens in the darkness, following the Reaver's wake.
No, it
The
doesn't.
ashen core pulses as if though answering a call. And you guys, all of you, in your like in a just kind of like in a dream state, see this yellow eye,
Interesting.
like a giant serpentine eye.
It's not a
draconic
Leviathan.
eye opening. And that's what you see. The Scarlet Reaver turns her prow towards the Seahorse Isles and begins the sails snapping in the wind. The crew busies themselves with the return voyage, but whispers of Skara's warning has spread below deck. Whatever watches from the deep is not done with you, and the Onyx chain may not be finished with the Scarlet Reaver.
How was your game, Toms?
It was good. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.